Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today we're going to do an overview of the July 2016 monthly review, detailing the various Star Citizen studios, what they've been working on in July, and what they're working on in a lot of cases currently in August. This monthly report is extremely Alpha 2.5 heavy, as you would expect. Q&A and game support from all the studios have been testing the hell out of 2.5 and various features, as well as working with the Evocati to get the patch out and playable as soon as possible. But let's look at what else the individual studios have been working with, starting with CIG Los Angeles. They've been working on the Item System 2.0. The Item System doesn't just include weapons, equipment for FPS and ships and all that sort of stuff, but also ladders, doors, seats, elevators. It's one of the major backbones of Star Citizen, and obviously it's being tested thoroughly for 2.5 as they implement it further. Atmospheric flight. This feature won't see until probably 2.7, but it's receiving a lot of attention. They're trying to get all the ships feeling right in atmospheric conditions, as well as their travel up and down from and to space. Both atmospheric flight and the item system are quite a time-consuming process. The salvage mechanic is also getting ready for coding and implementation. They are ironing out pieces now, as well as working on several other design briefs. Several ships are also getting ready for launch and having tech setup done for them, including obviously the Reliant Core for 2.5. Work on getting marine suits in a playable state, as well as lots of clothes ready for 2.5. The Caterpillar is close to being completed from the art side of things too. Squadron 42 have finished their extra pickup shoot, and they've got lots and lots of pages of script, 1255 in fact. They've recorded some lines for PU and specific characters in the Persistent Universe 2. Expect more on the narrative side of things soon too. Down in CIG Austin, there's been a lot of focus on landing zones and points of interest, work on the item system with elevators in specific for Grimhex. So Grimhex is getting lots of shops in their inventory set up for 2.5. They've put a lot more work into the purchase kiosk for purchasing larger items like ship weapons and ships in general, that sort of stuff. Bigger things that you wouldn't be able to purchase from a shelf. Resource spawning and procedural inner workings have all had some attention too. So this is like resource matter states, rarity of resources, values, the mass, as well as planetary entities, asteroid fields, dust, gas nebulas, and areas that are static, have static entities in them. They're all being looked at in some detail at the moment. There's also been more polish on the lighting for Levski and Grimhex, and quite exciting actually, the final art pass on the F7A Military Hornet has been completed, and they're now focusing on revamping the Aquila, or however you pronounce it, because everyone will say it differently in my comments. I shit you not. The Constellation variant there. The Herald's cockpit is also being worked on too. So the fact that F7A Military Hornet's been completed and that Connie variant's being worked on, the Explorer, I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully we'll have that in our hands relatively soon. There has been some animation work and improvements to the Dragonfly, Hornets and Argo, with them now turning their attention to the M50 and Gladius for a bit of rework. The NPC animations for their peaceful AI subsumption system is being polished, hopefully coming to the PU soon, so we'll see the universe with a little bit more life in it, where we see NPCs walking around. The female skeleton has had a review too, and they're currently working on the service beacon mechanic for the PU, allowing players to request assistance or from NPCs, players, trades for goods and services, that sort of thing. So that will add a lot more gameplay into the Persistent Universe. They're also looking for an e-commerce specialist in the Austin office, and there's a link in the description for that if you're interested in a job in Austin for Cloud Imperium Games. More work on all the important patch size reduction stuff. This is quite important, and a lot of people need this to be able to play the game and update the patches regularly. They've hit some milestones, but there's no confirmation of when we're going to have that patch reduction system in place, where we're just downloading what we need. On more local soil for me, Foundry 42 UK, one of their main tasks has been subsumption and all of the systems that are tied to it. It's the core of how the mission system will work, and how missions will play and be created as well. Their new mission system makes implementation of missions and how they would build them much more straightforward. For example, in a particular area, you could say is going to be patrolled by a given group of ships or pilots, and the subsumption system will do the rest, spawning them in, despawning them once everyone's left. It allows for a dynamic, systematic creation of missions in the PU. The K&W ATT4 and sniper FPS weapons have been given some more love as well, normalising the family and that they're all in and making them usable in Squadron 42. They've also started on a Kaztak arms shotgun. I don't actually know how to pronounce that properly. I will check that out at some point. They've updated the F8 Lightning concept further and done more work on the Caterpillar as well. There's lots of work going on the Argo VFX mainly, from its thrusters and damage states in particular. They've completed various environmental effects for Grimhex, planned and discussed VFX support for planets as well. Lots more attention on the Idris, aiming to have all the interior rooms completed for next month for a full playthrough. Hopefully we'll get like a full redone Morotor in really high graphics is what I'm hoping, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, they've been cleaning up the Javelin, standardising various rooms and areas. The Bengal team have been wrapping up the exterior hull and providing finishing touches to the main hangar. The interior bridge is also close to completion in the Javelin. The Sun is now an actual object in game, or stars more realistically. Previously in the CryEngine, the Sun was an entity that was 10 kilometers away from you at all times. Now, it's not. It's an actual object. You can go around them. You can travel to them. This, along with various lighting, shader, and reflection improvements, are pretty exciting for the visuals too, and for how the game's going to work with rotation of planets and all that sort of jazz. Audio-wise, more work to the dynamic music system, voice over IP, various ship audio, music for the Persistent Universe and Squadron 42 has been done. They've done more work on the dialogue pipeline, various sounds like item purchase sounds as well now. There's been a lot of work on that too. In Foundry 42 Frankfurt, for the procedural planets and planets in general, they've been working on oceans and effects, ecosystems, and general physics, improving their visuals, making planets more and more interactive with landing zones and their ecosystems, rendering of massive objects and prototyping different planet types. The joy of the PC Games article coming out is now that a lot more forthcoming with information about planetary tech and procedural tech. There's also a lot of work being done on local and planetary physics grids. Head bob and eye stabilization is an ongoing development as well. They've started work on AI crew skills and stats. The system for that will work out how good an AI or NPC is at a specific job or task, like shooting, repair, tactics. The idea is important because you need to carefully choose your crew, train them, not let them die, whether you're playing with players or NPCs or both. It's very important to have the right crew. All of the social systems, as well as seeing massive reworks, and they're pushing towards getting friends, contacts lists, groups, organisations, and all that sort of jazz properly implemented in game. Access systems such as doors, security, and general access to anything is being integrated at the moment, so that it will allow security terminals to allow you access to a door, for example, but not other people. That sort of stuff. They're also fleshing out Grimhex, Levski, and adding out content and new sections for both of those areas. They finished the bearing P8SC SMG and polished some of the older weapons as well. They've also started blocking out modular missile racks for some of the ships. In regards to subsumption and the mission system, they have improved subsumption's editor that they use, added chances for successes and failures to tasks and task lists, so there's different chances of different things happening. They can now create a huge amount of missions quite easily and have a callback system which allows AI logic at certain situations to be kind of used, like when someone dies, it will say to them to do something in particular. But they've also improved the way that AI use items, especially ones that have multiple ports, as well as their perception of large objects in the distance. Like, they'll know that something's landed on a planet if they can see a bounty merchantman there. AI can also specifically land on certain landing pads correctly now too, apparently. That's all quite exciting. A lot of it I don't 100% understand, other than they've done AI good down in the BHVR or Behavior Studio. There's lots of bug fixing with in-game purchasing. Also with Grimhex, they're optimizing it as well. They've added a tagging system to efficiently add metadata to entities. They've also done lots of work polishing up Lebsky, which is looking very much like a Bioshock Rapture vibe going on with Lebsky at the moment. We wanted to make sure the visuals from a high level of the planet down to the details of the room reflects the passage of time from its dwellers. Given the size of Star Citizen's universe, expect a significant contrast in visual style between the two locations. That's basically what they said there. I've quoted that. Turbulent as well. They keep on reiterating the importance of the MFA, or two-step authentication system, for security. I'll put a link in the description for that for people that want to add that to their account. It's a little tiny bit of extra effort for a lot more added security, and if you've even got a small amount of the value of ships on your account, it's just you don't want the extra hassle of someone hacking you. Now they have to hack your email as well, or your phone. The communication platform 2.0 will also include at some point August 2.0, as we knew, new forums and chat modules. They're continuing to improve and add features to the new communications platform, and they're targeting a release of their first phase demo at CitizenCon. And again, with the game launcher, they hope to have something new for CitizenCon. The UI will remain relatively unchanged, but the guts have been revamped. Gamescom. So, in general, there's lots of preparation for Gamescom from all of the studios. It's a huge event for them. CIG will be on the show floor with a booth shaped like the Bridge of an Idris. A load of streamers are going to be there, including Twerk17. Woo, go Twerk! Represent, brother. And chances to there for people that are around to play the latest build of Star Citizen, I believe. But also, they're there to meet up every night for a fan meetup. And they're going to have a big presentation down there too. We're going to see a lot of Procedural Planet stuff at that presentation with Chris Roberts and various other people chatting about stuff. But also stuff that's coming in 2.6, 2.7, and we're going to be talking about how we got to this stage in game development, and there's going to be lots of other surprises too. There's going to be a new ship that's announced, there's probably going to be a sale, there's probably going to be free flight, there's going to be loads of stuff going on. But anyway, that's it from the monthly report this month. So that's obviously lots of stuff that's happening, that happened in July, and that's happening in August. Don't forget that you can win a Dragonfly just by commenting below, and tell me what you think about what they're working on at the moment, what you're thinking of Gamescom. Are you going to be going to Gamescom? Are you going to be watching the live stream? I'll put details of the live stream, including the date and the time exactly that's going to be on the Twitters. The Twitch. So check that out. And yeah, I'm excited for what we're going to see at Gamescom. I hope you are as well. Please consider liking and subscribing, as it genuinely does help me. And you'll see lots more Star Citizen content and a little bit of No Man's Sky as well, because I'm really hyped for that. And I will see you in the verse.